I get a lot of questions about meditation, and I'm glad that I do, because in my life, meditation is a vital aspect of my mental health and my well-being. But this is beyond optimization. What I mean by optimization is we don't just meditate so we can be better at our jobs or better fathers or better wives or husbands or lovers or whatever. We meditate because external reality is a kind of construction. We can never really truly know it's there, and there is a deep, deep truth within you that if you connect to it, you will feel like you are in the flow of great power. You will be free from the external binds and tetherings that prevent you from actualizing who you could potentially be. I don't mean who you could be economically. I don't mean who you could be sexually or in any terms of personal identification. I mean how you could be free of limiting ideas. This is how meditation will help your mental health. Here are some questions that I got asked on my other video. I meditated every day, and this is what happened. It's a good video. Have a look at it. There's a link to it there. Connor says, hi Russell, what was your experience when you first started meditating? Connor, like everybody, when I first started meditating, I had the experience of finding meditation frustrating and a bit boring. And I still sometimes get this like that. I think, well, I'm just sitting with my eyes shut, nothing's happening. I'm not meeting UFOs. I'm not entering into a spiraling light of limitless information and knowledge. I'm just sat there with my eyes shut. This is very, very normal. When we meditate, whether it's Vipassana meditation, where we're concentrating on the breath, like for example, concentrating on your belly coming in and out, or concentrating on the feeling of breath coming in and out of your nose, or mantra meditation, where you're repeating a mantra, or visualization meditation, where you follow a visualization. All these techniques, by the way, I do on Above the Noise, my meditation podcast on Luminary. There's a link to there if you want to get it. Whatever type of meditation you're doing, the point is to recognize, as Eckhart Tolle told me brilliantly, that when we meditate, or in fact, when we are awake, when we are aware, we want to be spatially conscious, i.e. if I was to think about this room and what's in this room, I would go, there's a plant in it, I'm in it, there's a chair in it, there's Annabelle who's filming me, there's the camera, there's the table, there's the mic, there's this picture, there's this statue of Krishna, there's water bottles. But what I might not necessarily list is the space itself. Meditation can help us move towards consciousness of the space, so that you start to feel like, wow, there's my awareness of my own body, there's my awareness of my own past, there's my projections for the future, there's my fears and my anxiety, but all of these things are held within awareness. Now, the more we identify with the awareness, the more we can see these things as objects that, think about it, 2 months ago, I had a whole different set of problems and concerns that I was worried about. And in 2 months' time, I'm sure I have different concerns. But the awareness, the sense of Russellness, the sense of witness consciousness is abiding. I still relate to the person that I was when I was 3 or 4 years old. I don't feel like, oh, that was an entirely different person. So the awareness, even though there are all sorts of well-documented cellular changes, almost all of the cells in my body changing over a 7-year period, according to some invisible grid, or some visible grid in the case of DNA, but still, it magnetizes itself somehow into the ongoing form that is me until eventually it expires. There is this ongoing awareness, and the more I identify with this awareness, the more I become the awareness, the more I turn the awareness onto itself, the better perspective I have on my problems. These days when I meditate, when I close my eyes in the morning, I often am thinking, like thoughts are happening, but I'm trying to observe them thoughts. So when I go, oh no, I've got a lot of work today, I've got to do this stuff, I've got to get that done, I'm going to have to talk to that person, I'm going to have to do these things. I'm trying not to forensically pursue the thought. I'm trying to sort of just observe it, not trying to. I'm staying with the awareness. Effort is something that you don't want. The most important thing about meditation, I would say in this context, is it's a practice. It's an ongoing practice. It's not something that you do like just once, like jumping out of an airplane, or, you know, some sort of, I don't know, culinary or sexual pursuit, some Epicurean pleasure chase. This is something that you accept is going to be in your life forever, the same way that sleep is, or food more generally. Nice 712. How long do you meditate every day? Is there some specific meditation you do every day? Yeah, I do 20 minutes of transcendental meditation every day. I'm meant to do it twice a day. Often I don't get around to doing the second one. I try and do some Wim Hof method every day. That's, you know, if you want to watch my Wim Hof video, it's there. Have a look at it. Link to it in the description. That's the type of meditation I do. But I also regularly do Kundalini meditations. There's loads of Kundalini meditations on this channel. Have a look at them. Brendan says, do you have some example words to focus on during meditation? Try Sat Nam. Try Try Jai Guru Dev. These are sort of Sanskrit meditative terms. Jai Guru Dev, bow to the great wisdom, the teacher, and Satnam is just like sort of yield to truth, like an acknowledgement of the truth within you. It don't really matter, because in transcendental meditation you are given a mantra that literally means nothing, that it's sort of an empty sound vibration, just to stop you becoming entangled in continual thought. You will notice it when you're doing mantra meditation, even if you were just thinking out a word like flower, 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 that you will eventually drift around to sort of thinking, feeling what your hands feel like, or the feeling of having a mouth, or stuff you want, stuff you fear, or things you remember, or things you project. But as long as you remember to return to the word flower, flower, eventually, if you do it long enough, your mind will abate. Sometimes when I meditate, I just think, I'm just going to sit here till it leaves me, till the thinking leaves me. Even though transcendental meditation is prescriptively 20 minutes, generally speaking, can increase over time, I still sometimes think, I'm just going to sit here and stay with my mantra, until I experience selflessness. It's kind of like being somewhere between sleep and a dream and awake, a different state. And neurologically, it's been demonstrated that that's precisely what it is, that there are neurological and synaptic firings that are not found elsewhere. Kirsty, how do you scan your body? I've tried to do this many times, but I just can't seem to get it. How I do it, Kirsty, is I shut my eyes, I put my hands on my lap like that, maybe put left hand on top of right hand, thumbs together, and then leave my hands in my lap like that. Now I shut my eyes and I put my head, chest and neck roughly in line, both feet on the floor. I've only got one foot on the floor at the moment. I start at the top of my head, and I scan down, and I note wherever there's tension in my body. Is it in my cheeks, my jaw, my neck, my chest, my abdomen? You know, like I notice there's tension here in my eyes. And then as I bring my attention to it through the scan, I try to let go of it. I try to let go of the tension in my face. And I'll know that it returns. But while bringing my attention to my inhalation and my exhalation, I try to let go of these feelings of tension, muscular tension. I move through my whole body, applying the same thing. Other areas where you might feel tightness, shoulders, heart, tummy, and then you might feel them in some other place that I've not listed because I don't generally feel it, but you just move through your whole body, paying attention to your breath as you go, and noting if the tension, say in the mask of the face, returns. You just invite through breath tension to leave you, nutrition to join you, tension to leave you, light to be in you, tension to leave. And then you might transfer over to the mantra or the meditation. Even describing that to you, I feel a lot more calm. Meditation is a mental health fundamental. You can't have that your whole life is governed by looking at a screen, being in love or out of love, in fear or out of fear, in pursuit of desire or fulfillment of desire. None of these things will do anything more than distract you ultimately. Remember that many people believe that consciousness is a fundamental component of the universe, this idea of panpsychism, that everything is endowed with consciousness, that consciousness almost could be regarded like a mineral or a gas, some necessary component in the universe, not evolved from it, but constitutional to it. Consider this, and consider the relationship you have with your own consciousness and how you can change it through meditation. How big it is to be conscious and awake, how small it is to live in the myopia of your own neurosis and anxiety, and how possible, if not easy, it is to transcend those fears, those doubts, the ordinary, dreadful feelings that dog us as human beings, how easily they can be, or plausibly at least, they can be transcended through meditative practice. If you enjoyed that video, have a look at some of the other videos I've done on meditation that take it a little bit deeper and a little bit further. If you liked it, have a look at Above the Noise, my podcast on Luminary, and listen to Under the Skin, where I talk in depth about a variety of ideas. You should sign up to my mailing list on russellbrand.com, where I answer weekly in a private video only available to subscribers these kind of problems and challenges directly to you. Also, you'll be the first to learn about events like the live shows I'm doing in the UK. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below.